And welcome back to some more Patch Britannica. Last time we defeated Russia and it then collapsed. And we're doing our post-war stuff over here. Also, basically just finishing up the remains of our tree over here. So might as well. Let's get this done. So yeah. So Ukraine. Let's see who else. Yep. Code check little thing. Fallen. I just got collapse authority. Yeah, sorry about that. There's food. Came in. Had a bit of a snack. I had a snack, but I need what it is. So yeah, ooh, Chubikov. Obviously new. Ooh, my boy Boris. I don't know here, being a revolutionary state socialist of the agrarian socialists. Yeah. I do want to get some stuff. I do want to volunteer to get something. Again, I think I've heard your name. Oh yeah, I got Omsk on the Kolchak instead of yeah, yeah. Here's a carpet shell, but it's a different one. English side boom combo, man. Pushing to sell a Dara Stami, ooh, under by a Dalkov. Yeah, very interesting to see. I haven't seen if they said anything about Anastasia. I haven't seen if they said anything about warlords post Lee victory against Russia, but I am very curious about that. Very curious how they've been going. I got free Finland. I'll rebuild the Polish military. And so divide the Polish German lines. A whole lot of socialism. Oh yeah. Head up. After. Still rebuilding Germany. With much of the western eastern state of Germany entirely leveled by invading Pact forces, the Allies take its finance in the grand large of the money raising restricted to rebuild and revitalize the nation. Indeed. Ah, jeez. I'm not part of the thing anymore. Kawa, South Africa. The United Kingdom. See a lot of nations. That's some good shit. I just like this kind of music. What else? I like a whole lot of that. Yeah, I got some Biggie too stuff over there. I need to get some more song mods one of these days. Looks like I have a bit more of a variety. Especially when I do some Red Flood, because I know like a few songs with the official Red Flood mod. So it'll be on the prowl for some of them maybe. Over here. Let's see. Belarus. Baltics and Poland are doing well. So the Ukraine ain't doing all that well. Yeah, they got that. Still do that. Got that going. And we'll do some demilitarization. With the war now over, the Reichstag see no reason for the German nation to have a large military force in its already tight budget. Now it's going to strip this men of their rifles and send them packing home. And this nation. Yeah, it is what it is. At the very least, we have a large standing force. Just one more. Other groups. Yeah, I do wonder that the hell I wonder how some of these other nations are gonna be doing over here. I feel like once this mod gets more fleshed out, there's definitely gonna be a lot more replayability. Some replay value over here. I mean, with just the 3 over here, it's pretty fun, but as I said, for just 3, there's not really much over here, especially when you got like the Warlord period post League victory. Definitely is something just over here, especially since we got these over here. And we got Prussia. Like I said, foreign. Very foreign. So now that we are properly demilitarized, we'll deal with French colonizers. Oh my god. That's kinda Anyway, France during the Second Great War made great efforts to colonize the lowland and Rhineland. Off Rhineland. This included the process of forcibly ousting families from their homes and granting French families their now vacant position. It's time to reverse this great curse and restore what was once rightfully. Indeed. Shall make various restorations over here. Various forms of restoration. Good volunteer only. Or partial mob. Just a wee bit of mobilization, you know. Just a wee tiny bit of mobilization. But it's gonna get volunteer only. I feel like that makes sense rather than complete disarmament. Yeah, we might as well at least get all the troops pumped out. I got the whole demilitarized stuff. With the war now, the rest I see no reason yet.
Befehle!
Would you mind at least expand our position as possible? Irgendwann manage then. Industry. Some more rubber. Just a public roads here might be winning that. And then collaborators. Some members of the armed forces dare to ally with the seemingly victorious French and Russian regimes. They are good. Oh, the French play. In a bit. The arguing authorities, the night they arrest. They argue to authorities on the night that they are arrested. They are just trying to save the nation, or at least by having dreams of opposition to power. But still, nothing more than lies. Which done with their time and throw them in a prison, so the rest of them miserable lives. French plight. German government today has stated it has now begun the long and arduous task of relocating the French diaspora primarily away from the lower ends of Rhineland and back into France proper. According to circulated, the German government's poorly handling the situation and accounts of extreme starvation and dehydration has become too numerous to ignore. However, these complaints are falling under the deputies. Neither German nor British government are too far treating essentially calling out any amount of respect or consideration, especially Germany, who bore the brunt of French brutality during the Second Great War. History is written by the victors. Indeed. Victor. We are, anyway. Let's do some of this. So do some lines over here just a wee bit. Ship. See, still got some more fighting over here.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
They've been hunted down. We have British. We've entitled British. Britain will reward the other German nation. They proved vital in their resistance against France and Russia, and we wish to continue this long and fruitful relationship. Indeed. Marking socialists be damned. Continue our friends, but even though their reaction there leaves. And they fought with us, so might as well. There's only a big old war here in Central Africa. In South Africa. Usually there's one. Well, Brazil will be expanding. 10 over here. Nepal, Mexico. Well for itself. Northern Empire seems like a bit of teasers for this over here, especially with the Northern Empire. I am very interested in for like potential unification. There is something that curious me. So this is the Empire. Our colonies in Africa and Asia were left to fend for themselves while we were attacking the Pactide. However, after the war's over, we can finally switch our long abandoned colonies. Look at that. Get some colonial funds. Rhodesia, of course. How could I forget? Anyway, let's see. I'm just texting. Okay. Just still going out war. Still going out over here. Kashgaria. Going at it. And then just print that out. getting all of these things out over here. All sorts of nations out. The Franco-German Foreign Legion. The French Foreign Legion is well-known army, considering the French and other soldiers. It is a force to be reckoned with, but now that we stand victorious once more, we do not wish to disband the famed Legion, but rather add it to the Korean German Legion. So we basically the same as the French one, but it was considered German interest and will have German commanders from time to time. If there's not peace in Europe, we decided to rebrand it as an international force for colonial wars rather than a real legion for a real war. Just like the French one, we won't be accepting German and French identity, but all others who wish to join, or who we ask to join it. Yep. So basically we are expanding our colonial powers, flexing our colonial muscles, so to say. That's like to anyone who's willing to join into it. So we're getting better rubber. Yeah, the League is basically all this. Yeah. League of Nations very powerful. We gotta experiment with all the super weapon stuff. Or, you know, like some of this over here. I don't even have the need to, really. Republic. Yeah. Get some of you. Guess I didn't join that, but we already joined that. So let's do Europe after the war. Now the terms fill externals here. Nothing will ever be the same again, but this irks the question. What even is Europe? Has this continent not been the place of the world where there is ever peace, where bloodshed is common? But we know our faults and blame others. Maybe that's a part of who we are. Or should we try to change things so that this never happens again? Let us see, won't we? Let's see.
Ihre Befehle? Bereit! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Just see only. How shall this go, this trial? Wait and see, won't we? Man, we got big old power. Big old power we got going on over here. Fanzine. Federal German for our Legion. Damn, we got definitely flexing our muscles over here. Say de Portugal. This big old middle part over here. Big old middle part. But that was kind of dry. Got some things over here. Two ways. Yeah, I definitely will be doing this. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to do these two. This is kind of But these two definitely do offer some replay value here for different puzzle here. Since we, this is the opposite of what we did in our fucking Doria playthrough. Well, it makes sense that we do be the protectors of Europe by the beginning of the German century. Also, as I said before, we shall be doing the reactionary path, which is Volker's one, at some other point. As I said before, probably once a big old update comes. 2, that's when I'll do it. We can do some other stuff over here alongside it. Okay, anyway. Protector of Europe. Now the war has passed, the new balance of power has been established. It's time for us, as Germans, to take the match to protect Europe, to ensure political stability across the continent. For this, we shall implement many new policies to ensure secure the matter of the continent. Some shall be talking about making the continent one politically, economic, and culturally. Wouldn't that be a silly idea? Yeah, maybe not time anyway. The Leon trials. The conference on the status of the French and Russian war criminals of the Second Great War, simply known as the Leon trials, were held at 10 a.m. within the French city of Leon. City markers here avoid any major urban firefights or long drawn siege into the mayor's willingness to surrender the French garrison in the city without much of a fight. The location was decided upon after both German and British government had jointly decided that Paris was simply not suitable to host any form of official conference, let alone one that would dictate the fate of many war criminals that had come about during the war. Parisian infrastructure was virtually non-existent, and both parties quickly decided that the large intact Leon would suit the conference best. But the court hearings and proceedings being held within once defunct Parliament House. The first matter of trial was the topic of the SP and their role in the war. Many disturbing atrocities, especially to the Jews, had taken place in the SP leadership, and while the investigation into some of the worst of these atrocities is still going, facts were made clear by the court. Death by hanging for those responsible for crimes against humanity. The next topic of discussion is that the French and Russian military. Numerous violations of the rules of war are broken on many occasions by important individuals originating from the armed forces of these nations, and it can be argued that such individuals are responsible for French war-mongering attitude. The court decided on a case-by-case basis, and many high-ranking military officials had either received the death penalty or life imprisonment. The final discussion reported the deal was that the individuals held government jobs in the country leaders themselves. Both economists and the French and Russian government utilized slavery in different forms to fulfill their war machines. They also complicit in the mistreatment of prisoners of war as well as the occupied population arguably cursed. These government officials mostly get away with having the death penalty, besides some extreme cases. Finally, it was the topic of the leader of France and Russia. This is the most long and drawn out of the area of Leon trial, and lawyers on either side passionately argue for both parties are responsible for the environment. Leading issues about the war. That's the part of the hypocrisy in the British and German empires who had achieved their war side by conquering other nations, much in the same way as the French and Russian governments. However, this court did not budge and came to the conclusion that both leaders were to be hanged, their bodies cremated in an undisclosed location. Bringing it away to trials include most of the individuals responsible for the horrors of the Second Great War were either dead or ultimately deathly. Europe must now build so piece by piece and undo the mistakes of the past as they face a monster of it once again. Death. Justice. And so we just, so that means we killed both Marat and Jean the First. I'm assuming that's what we did. Either put Jean the First in prison, and then we just killed Marat. Don't know which is which, to be honest. Anyway, in trials. Charles and many war criminals the pack of shade held the French city of Leon today. Various were handed out according to their responsibility and possible intervention once had in the Second Great War. And the crowd of war criminals were military personnel, government officials, and the country leaders themselves. The court often decided upon handing out the death penalty or licenses. Only a handful of individuals escaping the conference as free men. The leader of France and Russia were a major focal point of verdict on the individual with death by hanging, followed by the cremation of the body on its conclusion. He finally said rest in the peaceful sun. Finally rest in the peaceful sun. Not wrong. Of course I did. Abdul Leon. Leon. In here real quick. Yeah. I'm gonna mess around with some of this on my own time. Yeah. Mess around with this. And this went a lot better than last time. A hell of a lot better actually. Last time I did this. someone else be the last time I did this with the Vivanci playthrough. As I said before, I am going to redo that at some point. Just so probably will just if I decide to do fencing in this mod, it'll probably just be the Cerulean path, the Revnats. But we can't see any of them because we defeated friends. So this path I'm going to do at some point. At some point. And I'm very interested to see these other nations will ever get content at some point. Potential reunifications, that's maybe. Damn, we've got China over here, and the Americas can form like their own little empires. Establishment of a United European Ocean shall be our goal. Let's see if I forget. This first. Welcome at a cost of men, money, resources, and much more. Though we now send the victorious of France and we have started a public, the question is now whether we want to forgive the French people for all they have caused. We should forgive them. They caused the war, they killed war, the coward heroic, so that the French people should have not paid for the action the government did. Shall we forgive it? It brought us to get a new era of peace in which they are actively role in international politics and the international trade by our side. We shall forgive them.
Zuhören!
Yes. Shall give them respect. Me second chances. It makes sense. We will be going into not forgiving way. It's for like the other path, which I will probably will do that at some point. Yeah, we're doing good on that. I say we're doing great. Doing a whole lot of great things, mate. Whole loads of great things. Got that. These things. Doing some of this and some of that. Some of we instead of me. For all sorts of good things going on over here. Making the best that we can be. The face of adversity. The face of adversity. Look at the face of the end. This came into my mind suddenly. I don't know why. Ow. Anyway. Get my foot on the desk again. But having to do it at times. Need to get another one. I would do a speech of Europe. The Archbishop of France has finally got to actually reorganize the event, the people, the whole continent, during which German Prime Minister will give a speech to address the future of Europe. We shall see Headed by Ernst Thalmann. Ernst Thalmann shall give a speech. Yep, definitely a lot different than Revanche Victory. I wonder if the other paths are really different with their like puppets over here. So it's gonna be mostly the same. What are you saying? Here's me, I'm assuming. Fat contract. Yeah, I'm finding interesting that they made contract fan this mod. Yeah, the front over here, he barely moved. It's because they don't have I don't know how many troops they have over here. It's interesting. Very interesting.
Achtung!
I can fill out 2 whole field marshals west of this. God damn. I didn't think I could be able to. This episode's gonna make this a bit longer than usual. These until this next time will probably be the final episode as we look forward beyond this. Going further beyond, my boy. Got Panzer Hounds. Let's get a Panzer Hound. That's probably gonna drag out forever. Really don't think it's even. Far East in Green Train. Very interesting. Pain. Front. Do wonder what a path besides the Pan Asian one would there be. That's any stuff. Anyway, I'm curious to see what the Portugal Kingdom in exile would do. Probably Grand Colombia. Probably Brazil. All sorts of things. Very interesting things. Speech in Europe. I shall read this in the standard episode over here because we're kind of right above everything. It is what it is. Hey, taking the change in the current German. Taking the change. I think it's a typo or misreading or something. Current German Prime Minister, we are sent here today in Peli, after a lengthy war in which many people lost their lives, in Peli, show stability in the continent, in Peli, to start a new friendship with the French brothers. No longer should we pretend that everything is alright. It's clear now more than ever Europe has to change, for the benefit of not just the politicians but for the people. The aim is suffering more than 2,000 years of war and death, nothing was ours away. Together we can be united, not just for one day, but for thousands and millions of days to come. And thus united we shall stand as one, economically, politically, culturally bonded continent to slay the many dragons and paths of many cruelty yet to come, and fight them as one. New era history has begun. With that, we shall bring around Pax Germania, probably. Pax Britannica. Pax something. Anyway, we shall try to bring about peace next time. Till then, I'll see y'all later. Bye.